Okie doke. Hello, everybody. Welcome to more Dungeons and Dragons. Let's turn this music down. Cool. All right then. Okay, everybody. The last thing we did is you guys fought some wolves and orcs on the Tribor Trail while heading to Wavern Tor. You guys had gotten a couple of intriguing items, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
And then, other than that, you guys were simply, well, told to go clear out the orcs. So let me bring up the proper pages here, and then we'll jump into it. Is there anything
By the
you
way,
guys...
Max, stream sounds good.
Cool, thank you. Is there anything you guys want to do or accomplish while you're kind of camping on the Tribor Trail? Now would be the time.
We should probably discuss what we're going to do with the horse when we get there.
Either one of us needs to stay back, or we let it loose in the wild. Well, let the cart and the horse be wildly free.
So we just let them wander around until we get out?
It's either that or we sacrifice one member to stay guard.
I don't like that idea at all.
Me neither.
Yeah, I would rather lose the horse than us.
Alright, I think the orcs would have horses over there. I'm seeing as that. Never mind. Bad idea. Well, it ain't my specialty of thinking plans. Just to get through the heavy bit. I'm gonna go sleep. And he goes off onto his own little pack.
Ooh, sleepy time. My character will also take advantage of that.
Well, I guess I'll take first watch.
Okay. I'll take second.
So it's not super late into the evening, but it's definitely, getting late. So you guys are going to kind of do an 8-hour kind of long rest here and gather yourselves for the morning. Throughout the night, those of you who are on watch, you don't really come across much. You hear some rustling in the trees, a wolf howl in the distance, and it gets rather chilly out throughout the night. The insect population is low, but you're rather cold, having slept in the side of the Tribor Trail here. But eventually, the sun rises. It rises in the east, so it would come from over the road. So down the Tribor Trail, you would see the sun kind of rise up over the mountains off into the distance to the east. Kind of signaling that your guys' march to Wavern Tor will begin.
Onwards and upwards. Boom, bop, boom, bop, boom, bop, boom, 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 boom.
So as you guys kind of gather yourselves, who hops on the cart to walk with the was it the two horses you guys have with a cart?
The meal walk. We can roll a coin. Heads or tails?
Tails.
Heads is 1, tails is 2. I'm on first step. Sit. Okay. Let's do this.
So you guys had been given directions to the Wavering Tor, and as you guys kind of march down the Triboar Trail, you start looking for signs of, kind of where the map is describing the landmarks. And when you get to probably about 20 miles out from the vicinity of the Wavering, you begin to see a crag that is prominent landmark in the rugged hills to the northeast of the Sword Mountains, and it's easily visible from about 20 miles away. People on the Triboar Trail in the vicinity of the towns catch a glimpse of the Tor to the south as they go by. Let's see here. The Wavering Tor, it's a sizable hill with miles of rugged terrain on its flanks and slopes. Whereas you would need to search for the entrance to this location, the map comes in handy and kind of guiding you guys through a what is it called, like a game trail almost, like a trail that is generally only traveled by, front to back, marching through. Not a wide trail, but one nonetheless. Do you guys want to put yourselves into a marching order?
Okay, let's do that. Okay, so I'll be driving the cart.
Hey, Z, thanks for the host.
You can position yourself around me then.
Why is your token so large?
She's fat, obviously.
Holy
I can't adjust the size of my token.
But I can.
Witchcraft.
All right,
Right,
now that the
weight
giant
loss.
of your guys' group has been removed, I have to add Burl's token. He really is that big now.
Maybe he was a
Yep.
troll.
Yeah, but he's massive. Like, he comes out of the woods and he's like, "Hey, join you." He's
As
like
long as he's
thundering
on our
forward.
side.
All right. And she's gonna run off for now. He'll make an appearance later. Okay. So eventually you get to a spot in the Tor, probably more just about a few miles out. You're kind of following the map through the winding kind of path leading through the hills and everything, and you reach a point where the cart really just won't go any farther. Looking around, there are trees, there are bushes, there are a lot of different things that you could possibly do with the cart, but it's up to you guys where you want to leave it and what you want to do with it.
As far as the cart goes, we'll need to tie up the horse in the cart.
Yeah, tie it up in the trees. That way you can camouflage it a little bit.
Here's the problem. There'd be wolves in these here trees.
I like how you went southern there for a second.
There be wolves in these trees.
A tied horse makes easy pickings.
Loose horse makes no horse.
But if we release it, he'll just go home, won't he? That's what horses do.
Oh yeah, because of that tracking seed. Do we take any of that? Well, they usually have a special seed with them.
But I think if we do tie up the horse, we should do it separate from the wagon so the orc heads don't lure things towards it.
She's got a point.
Well, I
Perhaps
say we do that and we get on our way.
we should probably put anything that can smell in trees few yards off. Give any kind of predator just
Yeah. We
Can we
let
bury
the
it?
rotten meat.
Yeah, that'd be that wolf meat that we had.
Yeah.
Can we bury anything?
We can bury the non-perishables. Let's see here what we got. He goes into the cart. Okay, we got some rations. We can leave the rotten meat out. If we're not gonna use some of this stuff, well, you can look in the cart yourself. There's some good items in here. Crowbar helps you get into some tough spots. Who wants what? We got a crowbar, a healer's kit, oil, some ball bearings, manacles, and a healing potion.
Well, I think that our two front guys should grab a healing potion.
Sounds reasonable.
I'll take the ball bearings.
Okay.
Oil, and I look back to our little pyromaniac.
I'm smiling.
Might be best for her.
All right. Be careful with it. It's a fragile glass right there.
What kind of oil is it?
I don't know much about it. They just said it was good. They use it. I think they use it for lamps.
It's olive oil.
For lamps?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe lamps. I just grabbed one sort of oil.
Olive oil for lamps.
No,
Perfect.
I'll grab the potion, I guess.
I'm gonna grab the crowbar. We still got a healer's
I'll-
kit and some manacles.
Well, since I've used manacles before, I might as well grab that. As for the healer kit, I once again look at the only female member of our party, since she'll probably be the least likely to get hurt. Actually, then again, I don't normally get hurt. Should be between either her or me.
Flip a coin.
You flip a coin.
You can have it.
Well,
Well, I
Side
guess
it up.
I'll take it.
aye.
Okay.
Okay. Crowbar,
Okay.
healing potion.
Sounds like you guys are pushing forward. Are you still kind of going over things as you guys are approaching the tour?
I think
Think
we're
I got
pretty
it.
good.
Yeah.
Okay. As you guys move closer and closer, you kind of descend down this path. It kind of winds its way from almost like a woodsy style to more of like a dirt and rocks with patches of grass and vegetation. And eventually you get to a spot where the ground kind of gives way to just mostly rubble, rock, dirt, mud as you kind of descend into this little, almost like a, what would be called? Not a valley, but like a, I don't know. It just goes downhill. They use simple words here. So you kind of start moving down and you get to a spot where the smell of this cave kind of starts resonating throughout the area. The faint smell of smoke kind of hangs in the air as you ascend the rugged ridge of the lower slopes of the hill. As you guys move up, you hear the sound, the faint sounds of an orc, almost as if he's talking to himself somewhere ahead.
In whisper talk. Lolo. Okay. Enemies ahead. Anybody want to scout up first?
Oh.
I am not the stealthiest.
I'll crouch down and start working my way to the front. Ooh.
Okay. So you're going to go until you can get eyes on this orc or orcs?
Yeah, I'm gonna move up, see if what I can see.
Okay. So as you move up, you start shuffling through the rocks, and you step on one rock, and your foot kind of slips a little bit, sending one small pebble kind of like bouncing down this little ridge, but not making too much noise. But you're able to kind of then keep creeping up, and you come across ahead of you, about 50 yards away. You notice the mouth of a cave. It kind of opens up at the bottom of the ravine, and kind of hunkered down, kind of leaning against the boulder with a handful of rocks in his hand, is an orc. Just kind of taking them and throwing them at a side, like the side of one of the hills, and kind of watching them roll back down. This orc is obviously on guard duty, just kind of keeping watch there. And from what you can tell, he has not noticed you.
Okay. Can you describe the area around him? Like, could I perhaps make like a little avalanche or something to fall on him or anything like that?
You guys are currently downhill, but looking around, I mean, dynamite hasn't been invented yet, so it would take one hell of a blast to send this mountain caving down. You might be able to create a small little rock landslide that just kind of rolls onto his feet. Basically, there's one way in and one way out. You're looking at the entrance of the cave, and if the orcs were to leave that cave, they would go right back up the way you guys came from.
All right. Well, since I can't really do anything by myself, I'll go and report back what I found. That we only have one opponent in front of us at the moment. And it would probably be best to take him out silently if possible.
Well, I guess I'm out then.
Make the best silently, but I can do something.
Who all has ranged attacks?
I do, but they tend to be noisy.
I mean, do you have like a bow?
Oh, no.
I do.
Not
I
me,
think
I
we
get
sh-
javelins.
I think we should do 2 bow and 1 javelin. See if we can't take it out quietly.
Alright. Well, assuming this does go for the wizard or are you a wizard? I usually confuse the magic casters nowadays.
I'm a sorceress.
Ah, sorceress. Since you probably be on the back and laying low, make sure to prepare something big if we do get caught.
Sure. I've always got
It's-
something big up my sleeve.
If you see him signal to the rest of them, make it even bigger.
Perfect.
Alright. Show us the way up.
All right. So first, I am gonna get back into stealth. Ooh, should not have done that.
Yeah.
I guess we all should stealth, right?
Yep.
Yeah, if you guys all want to be sneaky, go ahead.
Hold on. I have disadvantage on mine.
Oh my gosh.
I still got 18.
Well, at least our sorceress doesn't have to
Yeah.
be coming with us.
I crit failed.
She
So-
exists like suddenly out of nowhere.
You guys begin sneaking up with this plan. You guys are kind of moving forward. And right as you all 4 of you almost like line up on the other side of this boulder, like kind of peering up over it, looking at this orc, and you're going to try and take him by surprise. And right as Rhea gets closer, she steps on a rock and slips and falls. And it's almost like when she hit the ground, she just lets off like this like fire flame spell that just bursts from like her hands, and she just like almost just and then whoosh, and this flame just like echoes out from around this boulder, and then it's just silence. And you hear this orc go, huh? And then you hear crunch, crunch, crunch as you all kind of go behind this boulder, and the orc kind of takes 3 or 4 steps forward, and you hear him go. Oh, go ahead.
I would like to pretend to be a wolf and do a howl.
Oh yeah, because he's
Yeah, you could do the thing. Do you want to make it a
So-
skill check? Are you trying to convince him that you are a wolf then? Or are you trying to scare him? Or what are you trying to do with it?
I'm just trying to convince him that it's a wolf.
Okay, roll a performance check then. I know like it's spot on because you're knocking, but let's just see what the performance check says.
Just don't crit fail like I did.
15.
Yeah, so you thinking back to even just that battle you just had, you're able to just let out this and would you like to do a wolf howl? Would you like to role play this wolf howl?
do it.
Oh, I'm
it.
just asking. You don't have to.
Fine. Oh!
And the orc, you just hear the orc
That
go.
wouldn't even
"Huh?"
fool me.
Yes.
The orc just kind of like you hear him like grunting to himself, and you hear like scratching, almost as if he's like scratching his chin, like thinking. And you hear him go, "Oh, flame wolves. That's I don't." And he all of a sudden, you hear him go, "Ugh," and like a bunch of pebbles like land on you guys, like little like rocks, kind of hit you guys in the head. And he goes, "Wolf, go away, flame wolf." And you hear crunch, crunch, and he goes back, and you hear him like kind of like poof, he kind of like leans against the boulder again, If any of you were to kind of like try and sneakily peek up and look at him, you could tell that he's kind of like looking over that way still, though, kind of being mindful of the only way into this cave.
Was he like near an edge to where he kicked the pebbles onto us?
He threw them over the boulder you guys are behind.
Oh, okay, okay.
Need a distraction. Some noise is coming from the cave.
Here, I'll kind of draw it on the map here, give you guys an idea.
Well, Rogan whispers to you guys, we need some distraction, a noise from the cave. If you have something, some magic, if you can do cave, and maybe we can trick him. Get the edgy surprise back on him.
I might have something. Let me look.
I'm gonna send my familiar over there and have him make noise.
Okay.
So yeah, that's like what it looks like, I guess. Just like a quick little thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's your familiar again? I forgot which one it is.
It's an imp.
Ah, that's right. Okay, so what are you sending him to do exactly?
I send him over to the cave to make noise, and I have the orc go over that way.
And the imp is invisible, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the imp kind of like hops its way through, and it goes to like the entrance of the cave, and it just like screams. Just goes, ah! And the orc just like just turns and looks, and he's like, screaming wolves. And he's now in the entrance of the cave, kind of peering in with his back to you guys.
I think we should take that opportunity.
How far away
I think
is
so.
It's about 30 to 40 yards.
Okay. Get good on him, then I don't have to roll a disadvantage.
I'm shooting with everyone else, so
Yeah, if you guys... Okay, so yeah, the light crossbow.
and the javelin
Should be.
falls short.
Should be the disadvantage from like just being just out of range, and then due to surprise, you got advantage.
Nice.
So
Okay, well the 22 light crossbow hits, and then so does the 16 light crossbow.
18.
Oh, you already rolled damage. So 10. Oh, you guys already rolled damages. Okay, I didn't even see that. 18 damage. Oh yeah, okay. So, thum, you know, the light crossbow triggers, and the action on it sends that crossbow bolt sailing through the air, and it hits the orc like in the middle of the back, and and then like the next arrow strikes him, kind of like right in the base of the neck, and the orc just falls forward, dead.
Oh, that worked better than I thought.
Okay. Let's make sure he doesn't have any more funds coming to the entrance. Louis' body out of it.
don't forget to pick up that spear that's 5 feet away.
Oh yeah, the javelin just clanked off of a rock like 5 feet away and just kind of like laid there.
Don't forget we need his head.
The teeth.
Oh, right. His
The tusks. There we go.
That's right. I forgot that had changed.
All right, let's go process. And can anyone go and scout out the cave? I can't see in the dark.
I
I
can.
can't either.
I can in a moment, but I'm gonna
I can, and I have stealth when I don't crit fail, so I could do it.
As you guys approach the entrance to the cave, you see that there are in fact small light sources kind of emanating from within. So as you kind of go up to this orc that you guys finished off, you remove his tusk and kind of begin peering inside. And yeah, let's switch the map.
Well, if it's still light, I can actually scout out ahead. Unless you want to.
No, that's okay.
Can you guys see on the next map? You're in the bottom right corner.
Yep.
Yep.
God, my rolls are not with me today.
I got an 8. I got a 7.
I see a blank page, sir.
Oh, this isn't your token. Hang on.
Oh yeah.
Oops, then I
Who
accidentally
is
left the
that,
game again.
Max?
1 second.
Who is it?
It kind of looked like a cross between Zuko and Echo.
There we go.
My character
Now
can
there's
already see
two
that.
of us.
Dun dun
The gods have deleted one.
dun dun. Just like rain.
Okay. So as you move up through the cave, knocking, you can see all the way down, right? Or the parts that are lit.
Yeah, I can.
Okay, so up ahead, you guys hear the footsteps and the shuffling of dirt and mud, and an orc is kind of walking currently away from the entrance of the cave, kind of just being made visible in the torchlight.
I'll give a signal, like shooting, and I'll point to the other two, and we'll try to take them out again. That's what I'm trying.
Attack!
Pretty much. If those two see my signaling.
Yeah, I see it.
I got dark vision, so I'm good. Even if you're in the darkness, the corner of the dark. Oh no.
Just let me know when you need something exploded.
Creepy.
2, 3.
Bring up my crossbow, and I'll fire with the other two. So
Is he currently unaware of us?
he's walking
yeah.
away from us.
He's walking away from you guys.
Okay, so it is surprise. That's good. So I just have to do one roll. That's an average roll.
All right, well, the 21 and the 17 hit.
Is my head.
So 17, Shady, you can roll damage.
14
Okay.
damage.
Okay. So this one, the arrows sink in and doof, doof, like one in each of his back and shoulder, and he stumbles forward, and he turns around. And he goes, "Why are you attack? You know!" And he just starts kind of like limping and running away from you guys, yelling and screaming about how there are intruders within the cave. And at this point, you roll initiative. Also, you guys missed killing him by 1 hit point.
If my javelin only hit by 2 extra, I bet it. Ugh.
Well, we might be needing your fire now.
Oh, we're the best rollers tonight, guys. 2s everywhere.
How long do you think it'll take before Uhaha has to save our asses?
I'm actually going to
It's
wait. I got the best
Oh,
one,
yeah.
right? Yeah, I'm gonna do Ray of Frost because I figured it'd be quieter, and it also slows progress.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
I thought I did. Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, she rolled a
you just need
15.
to add her.
She forgot to click on her token before rolling.
Oh, where did it go? No, that's my initiative that they're looking at. I'm trying to do Ray of Frost.
Well, I think Rare Frost is just a cantrip, so 0.
Yeah, I believe it is a cantrip.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a spell attack. So,
So the attack
Roll
was
the
an 11.
11. Yeah, unfortunately, though, your Ray of Frost kind of... You concentrate so hard on not exploding things, and this time you try to freeze the air around you. And you don't realize that you're actually a little bit higher up than he is. So your Ray of Frost kind of shoots past him, not doing any damage. And the orc continues to... He turns around and looks back, horrified, at this magical beam that almost froze him to death. And he continues to stumble forward, yelling and screaming. Okay, and at that, it'll be
Can't
the
let
orc's
them
turn.
organize.
The orc just, "Arr, wake up, everybody!" Just yelling and screaming and running forward.
Looks to be Rogon or
We come
Wait,
up
actually,
with
how do you do the ruler thing? Oh, Q or right clicking? Okay.
Space bar. No, right click on the mouse.
Yeah, right click the token, then move it. Right click, right click, right click.
Ah, okay. They changed. I forgot they changed that.
Yeah.
Okay, for some of you guys, he disappears kind of into the shadows, into the darkness of the cave. But for those of you who can still see him, you kind of see him up ahead running.
I can see him. I can see the edge of his little toesies. Run! But this time is with the javelin adjusted. That's a 9.
Your javelin sails through the air, cutting through the light of the darkness of the cave, and it sticks into like a boulder, like a crack of the boulder to the right of the orc. And again, he turns and looks back at you as he's bleeding from those 2 wounds, and he falls forward and kind of gets back up and tries to clamber up the stairs in front of him.
Okay, there we go.
Well, I'm just going to take that last shot because I can still see him. 15.
15 finds his mark, and the orc dies as the arrow sails through, catching him and wounding him in his side just enough to. He takes one more deep breath in and then just falls.
You cannot let them organize.
Knocking, you can still do your
Hope they didn't
movement.
hear him.
Oh, shoots, we're still in combat? Okay.
Yes.
In that case, I'm going to pivot and end my turn while I reload.
Lock.
Oh, shit.
I'm heading up there.
On up.
I will take a defensive stance then.
Oh, they
Just
can't
put
see
my
him.
shield up.
That's why.
Taking the dodge action.
Can he? He can. Okay. All right. Rhea, you notice your 2 other compatriots stop giving chase, and they kind of get into more of a defensive stance, looking through the darkness of the hallway. What is it you're gonna do?
Oh, well, I'm probably gonna, because I don't see anything ahead of me. I'm gonna say, do you think they heard him?
Wait, what? Say that again.
Do they think? Do you think that they heard him? I don't
Probably.
see anything else.
I think I can see something
Probably.
sleeping. Yeah,
he
I can
does
see
see him.
someone
Just move
sleeping.
ahead. You just move ahead a couple paces behind them.
Yeah, actually, Rogan, the orc you see sleeping there next to like that burnt out campfire, he was sound asleep, but you see him kind of like stirring a little bit. He kind of like moving around and looking. He kind of like is opening his eyes and beginning to look around. Just at the edge of your vision, you see this orc kind of slowly waking up, leading you to believe that he is in fact waking up.
Someone's stirring. Ready your actions. Ready your blades.
Oh, there we go. That was weird. My Discord mic button got all messed up. So Rhea, with that information, what is it you want to do?
So I
Hello?
think I'm gonna use illusion, actually.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
I'm going to make an illusion that the other orc is there and still alive.
Never mind, gotcha.
That
makes sense.
is a good idea. Okay.
So
Go
let
ahead
me
and
just roll.
yeah. Is it a check? Okay.
He has to make an investigation check, and since he's like just waking up, maybe there's effect there.
So what is the roll for in there then?
It's an investigation check.
Oh, he has to
versus her
beat that,
DC.
right?
Yeah.
So the orc will have to beat an 8 if it chooses to investigate the illusion.
My rolls are awful.
Well, orcs are pretty stupid, so.
Except initiative.
So, those of you looking down the hallway who can see this, you see this like bleeding out orc laying face first in this dirt, his head laying on a stone, and the orc that appears to be dead, kind of almost as if he's fading away, and then standing there in his place is the exact same orc, kind of just kind of looking around, not really doing much of anything. Okay, let's see. So at the end of your vision, you see this orc kind of stir up from his slumber, and he kind of looks up and he sees the orc standing there, and he goes, "Ugh, what is it you were saying? You're yelling. Why are you yelling?" And he kind of takes a rock and he throws it at him. And he just kind of like looks. I mean, you guys basically see this rock kind of pass through this illusion. As you guys pretty much already know, it is an illusion. But this orc does not. So let me go ahead and roll a check.
Bum bum.
You said it's investigation, correct?
Investigation versus.
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, spell save DC.
Wait, is investigation... No, it's intelligence, right?
Intelligence investigation check. Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, okay. So this rock clearly sails through this illusion. But then the orc just goes, "Go sit down. I sleep. Idiot." He just like rolls over and like goes back to sleep on his little bed there.
Phew.
Okay.
Rogan.
I can't see anything.
Hey, Bird. We got some breathing room. If you can get a shot of him, get up close. I'm gonna go meet him up face to face. Rogan's gonna silently creep along. Cheek, cheek, cheek. So let me just take.
Oh, there we go. Disappeared.
Hide behind this rock. One second. Let me just check. Okay, he's good in range. Okay, that's my turn. Should I roll the stealth check?
Yes. Yes, please roll a stealth check.
Okay. Sorry, 15.
Okay. Perfect. Knocking. So Rogan informs you of kind of what's up ahead a little bit and tells you to sneak up if you can. How is it, or what is it you're going to do on your turn?
Well, I'll come out of my defensive area, crouch down, start sneaking up there, even though I can't see anything.
You're like a bird in a
Bypass my
cave.
friends. And that should be about as far as I can really go. Let me just double check. That's actually far. Okay, so I can only get to be roughly, give or take, right there. You know what? Screw it. Using double movement, just so I can get closer.
Okay. As you guys maneuver farther into this cave, the air gets thicker, and the stench of animals and orcs and all things vile kind of starts to overtake your senses.
Still smells better than cleaning the latrines at the workhouse.
Yeah, I still can't see anything how fast. I can only see you to there.
Oh, that sucks.
You do hear like a small snore. You hear like a.
Birds go to sleep in the dark.
I'm not 100% bird. Racist.
He is 100% man bird.
You know what? Maybe. No, I can't take out a torch yet.
Will that complete your turn then?
Yeah, I suppose it will.
Okay. Locke, your group is kind of sneaking their way up there. You don't even hear this Kenku kind of sail past you. It was that quiet.
Clink. Clonk.
Well, I will use my dash action just get up to here. I guess.
Clink, clonk, clink, clonk, clink, clonk.
Crash, 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 crash.
Oh, trust me, I have disadvantage on stealth.
Maybe I should have not bothered with the illusion.
13 or 11.
Okay. From what you can see, the orc like stops snoring for a moment, but then like then you hear it, and it starts snoring again.
Okay, I'll be in my turn.
Rhea, your party has left you at the entrance of this cave as they take off into the darkness. What do you do?
I will move forward. Let me roll stealth.
Oh,
Where are you gonna move to? Oh, by the way, the flames that are on the wall are basically like wooden torches, like kind of like wedged in between like cracks in the stone of the cave. And it's a natural cave.
Okay, and I can see pretty much the whole chamber inside at this point.
mm-hmm.
Can you give me something to shoot at? Like a little pinprick or something?
Most of my stuff is not pinprick. Let me see what I can do.
Oh yeah, you're a tiefling. You have dark vision, right?
I do.
Oh, that's right.
I can see everything, but without actually attacking. Unless I do minor illusion again and I have like a flame.
Yeah, a little,
Just like a nightlight.
pretty much on the back of the guy's head or something. Something to shoot at.
Yeah, 5 foot
All right,
cube of light.
I will try and put a very small, like a flame almost, by the orc's head, preferably where it's not right in his face.
Doesn't give a flight, but
Hey, that's a nice 20 right there.
So you create a small little light that kind of just hovers like behind the eyes of this orc, just enough to illuminate it.
That's right.
Okay. Okay, so you should be able to see it now.
Yep.
Perfect. So, the light pops up, sending new shadows and flickering lights dancing throughout this entire little cavern area. Locke, to your right, kind of around the corner, you hear, "Ugh, they like campfire." Kind of like echoes through the cave, and you hear like a bunch of shuffling of feet. But right in front of you, the orc, who lays sleeping, kind of like groggily, moves around and he says, "Put out the fire. There's no need for it. No need for it." And he kind of like rolls over and kind of just stares at the light for a moment. And he's gonna just see if he can figure out what it is.
Better take your opening, someone.
He has no idea what's going on. He just
Right,
stares
right.
at it, though he is awake, and he kind of like, it's almost like he's trying to look through the light, and he like, it's like he knows somebody else is there, but he can't see you guys because there's a light is like right in his eyes, so he can't see past it to see you guys, and he's just there's a bewildered look on his face. Rogan, go ahead.
Using the light to my advantage, I'm just gonna run up as if like a nightmare. Just smash my maul down.
You can roll that with advantage because he's
So,
prone.
yeah. Oh, come on.
The rules are not with you.
You're
Reckless.
not
guys.
rolling good tonight, dude.
I don't think any of us have
You guys
had
are-
very good
I want
rolls.
reckless.
Go ahead.
Just let me one more time. Okay. Now I take this is like every attack on me gets advantage now.
Okay, well the 19 definitely hits.
10.
So you go charging forward, and you step down, and your foot gets caught in that blue blanket in the sand, and it causes you like to trip for a moment, and then your other foot comes down and rolls on a moonshine bottle as you gaze as your foot rolls off of it. But you roll forward, and your reckless attack basically allows you to focus up, and you bring your maul down with strength and power, and you smash into the ribs of this orc, and you hear the crack as a few of them break underneath your attack. And this orc immediately goes to scream, and then it echoes into just like a gurgle as you knock the wind out of him.
With that, I rage because I see in the distance one orc to kill. Dun dun.
Knocking. The dwarf has gone mad.
Well, yes, we can just go wild. And I look at our tiefling, and I'm just like,
I need
yeah,
better music.
torch him. And I'll just shoot the prone orc just to make sure that it's dead. Because I know how reckless those barbarians are. 6 damage there, Max.
You have disadvantage because he's prone.
Yes. So you roll 10.
Oh.
Yep. So your arrow sails past, and it misses Rogan, and it misses the orc, and it kind of clings into the stone wall. And the orc's rolling over, and he can't breathe, but he's reaching for a great axe as Locke. Or actually, knocking. Is that your whole turn? Just to make sure.
Yeah, I'm just gonna crouch over here because I have a feeling that my buddies are gonna finish him before he gets a chance to do anything.
Well, then, that's where Locke comes into play.
That's right. Running up. And I'm gonna bring down my hand axe.
That's not good
Yeet.
music. Oh, geez. Yeah, okay. You bring that hand axe down, and you bring it down right on his neck, and just, he puts one hand up, and then immediately dies.
Heads will roll.
And they nearly do. Okay, so Rhea, you witness Locke, and you hear this, or while you witness this orc be ended, rather. What is it you do?
I am going to run into the midst of things because we all heard that noise from before. And I can see a couple of orcs. So let me see what I have that I can use to torch them, since that was what I was told to do. Alright, I'm gonna cast Firebolt. I'm going to cast it on
Okay.
Did that roll? It didn't make a noise. Okay.
Don't see a roll yet. There it is.
Oof.
Are you serious?
So you begin the dance of the spell, and you send this firebolt hurling through the air, and it ricochets off the side of the cave, and it just sails past these orcs, slightly illuminating them, showing the scarred, battle-hardened warriors they are. And at that, you all hear a loud doo, doo. There's a couple more footsteps, a lot louder than these orcs can be heard and felt. The sound of a brave orc as he yells, "Get 'em!" And just you hear the sound of weapons being picked up and orcs go charging through the sand and the rocks. Hang on, I gotta move them all.
Doom, doom, doom.
Oh yeah, I gotta do this too. 1 second.
Right, yeah, there we go.
Okay, so knocking. As you hear all these orcs, Rhea lets out this firebolt, and these orcs come charging around the corner. One gets right in your face, and he lifts a great axe up in the air, and he swings it down at you.
I thought that was a 10.
That wasn't a crit. He rolled a 10. So he swings down at you, missing you, and it just kind of like brushes up against your feathers as his club barely misses.
That's Rogan style damage right there, Max.
The first two orcs that came up into the entryway there, javelins in hand, they launch them. One at Locke and one at Rogan. So Locke a 19 and then Rogan an 8.
Misses.
This is
They sail past you guys. Locke, I'd imagine with that high of a roll, you kind of like parry it aside, kind of hitting it out of the air, sending it flying into the dirt.
he charges.
He's got his own battle theme music.
Oh yeah. And he slams down. This Maul.
It's what he hears in his head when he's raging.
Oh yeah. Maul. Small hit. Small hit.
Oh yes, the 15 hits.
And Divine Fury. It is radiant damage.
Oh geez. Okay, you actually kill that orc, so you can describe how you finish this orc off.
Rogan charges over the fire pit, jumps onto the rocks, stumbles a bit as he lands, and then using that momentum as he stumbles to streak back his back. And he slams down his maul and just squishes him. There's a bit of light to it. I mean,
Well done.
his like right shoulder, that right there, that's now his foot. I mean, everything else is it's like a super compressed, like right side of his body.
Just smashes him down. Also, is his ruler staying on the screen for anybody else?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, can you click that away? There's just a lot of clutter. Thank you, sir. So yeah, this orc doesn't even get like a voice out. Like you run up and your battle music just blaring out of your face hole, and you just obliterate this orc. And the other ones just reach down and they start drawing their great clubs.
Rogan steps up a bit.
You
know, us birds are very OCD when
Hey,
it comes
Draco,
to our
how's it going?
feathers. But I'll pivot around and...
Hope you're having a good weekend.
Oh shit, there's somebody right next to me. Sure, I'll take a pot shot at him.
Hola! We playing D&D.
Oh,
15 hits.
I'll do 11 damage to him.
So you peek around this corner, a quick peek. You lean, you look, you hold your your light crossbow out, and you pull the trigger, and the arrow finds its mark in between the chest plate of this orc, doing 11 damage. You said it was the first one in front of you hit, right?
Yeah, this guy right here.
Okay, damage has been calculated. This orc kind of like stumbles back into the orc behind him, and that orc kind of pushes him forward, keeping him in the battle, even though it's an extreme amount of damage he just took. Lock.
Oh, I didn't even know there's somebody behind him.
Well, now you do. You hear commands being yelled out, and you're some heavier footsteps start making their way closer to you guys.
Look, something giant's coming. Prepare yourself. We need you up here.
I'll make my way, and at that one that... Is this the one that you shot at knocking?
That one.
Yeah, it is.
I'm going to continue to hit that one.
Two damage.
Every little bit helps.
Okay, so... Hang on. Okay. So you run up, you chop at him with your hand axe. And you just like thrust it in like a meaty part of his chest, and you pull the hand axe out, doing 2 damage, but he stays standing.
Axe insurance! Hit him again!
Yeah.
You hit the same wound, and your hand axe just almost like just caves in his chest after the arrow and everything else, and with like a gasp of breath, this orc just falls face first.
Yeah.
Okay, that's my turn.
Cool. My turn.
Rhea,
I am going to aim another ray of frost at this gentleman. See if I can get it to hit this time.
this gentleman, she calls him. Unfortunately, your 11 does not hit. Ray of Frost sails through the air, kind of smashing into the walls.
That's okay. In another game that I play with, a guy uses Ray of Frost and he never hits with it.
I am going to refresh my game.
Like one game, I was facing like a level 20 paladin with
Refresh your
unlimited
game.
health, and I beat him with like 30 nat 20s. It was insane how good I was that moment.
Alright, let's see.
I
Okay.
think I'm going to refresh my screen.
Try and restart
That will
that
end my
RNG.
turn.
Sounds good. You guys just hear as it gets closer and closer.
Oh my god.
That thing's ugly.
From around the corner comes a large, giant creature. Snarling face, blood and flesh in between his teeth. It stares at you guys.
Stares at them.
Holding in one hand a massive great club that appears to be just a portion of a tree branch that had been slowly gnawed on to resemble that of like a great club. In the other hand, a javelin. Almost, this javelin's got to be close to 7 feet long. And he holds it up above his head. And he throws it as hard as he can down at Locke.
Javelin of injustice.
Misses.
Natural one,
Okay.
like
It's Gear's buddies.
yes.
So he goes to throw this javelin, and it basically impales the orc in front of him, and that orc then goes sailing through the air and crashes into you guys. Doing all 12 damage to that orc. The orc just he yells out, "Gog, you idiot!" And this like 7-foot javelin sticking out of his chest. He tries to like spin around, and it hits his friend next to him. He tries to spin the other way, and basically this is a lot of damage this orc just took.
I think he's on our side, guys.
At that, the orcs are going to react. So, the orc that has an impaled javelin in his body, actually, they're both going to attack at you, Locke.
Okay. 21 hits.
So they swing hard, and actually, the one with the javelin through his body is the one who connects with you. He just kind of like wildly swings around. Oh wait, was the other one dead? Yeah, okay, no, he was. I just forgot to remove his health. Yeah, you kill him with a hand axe. So yeah, you take 13 damage.
You know what? I will not. As my reaction, I'm going to use shield.
Ah.
Hold on.
Okay.
There we go.
Ba-da-da-da.
So it does not hit me.
Fair enough. So yeah,
Trigger
you
my trap card.
you're able to get your shield, whatever your shield might be, up in order to block this blow, minimizing the damage against you.
Bum. Bum bum. Bum. Goes to the left. Slam with them all. What was it? Oh, there we go. Reckless. Yep, there's reckless. Dang it! He's too wily, this orc. Too wily.
Yeah, he's dodge, duck, dip, dodging, diving around you as you swing wildly at him, and you're not able to connect. Okay, knocking. You are up.
Well, you know my routine. Pivot, pot shot, pivot.
Pivot, pot shot, pivot.
Fire the crossbow.
You know what? I'm assuming there's a lot of enemies on this map because I can only see one. I'm gonna action surge.
Okay. So that was a 4 damage on the one right in front of you, right?
Yeah, the only one that I can really see.
Well, your first shot killed that one.
Oh, well, I can't see anything, so I
Oh,
guess
yeah,
I'm not
that's
action
right.
surging. And I'm just gonna go back to pivoting.
Locke,
Unlucky orc.
you're up.
Okay. I'm gonna
Kill.
send a fireball at the big guy.
Sorry, I accidentally closed the character sheet. 19 does hit. 7 damage.
And then I will attempt to move back a little bit.
Okay. So you throw a firebolt. Yeah, it smashes into this ogre, this massive beast, doing 7 damage to it, though it seems almost as if it was completely unfazed. It just kind of shakes off the burn mark that now singes its skin. Rhea?
Sure.
Give it something, bird.
I'm actually going to cast illusion again on this remaining orc to make him look like our bird.
Oh, yeah, okay, right. Okay. Sounds good. So, yeah, you guys are looking at this orc facing you, snarling, lifting up his axe to attack you guys, and all of a sudden it looks like knocking.
Bird.
So the ogre suddenly sees this orc appear as if it's knocking, and being as confused as ever, it doesn't even bother to try and investigate. It just wants to smash the bird.
He's brightly colored.
Smash pretty colors. And it
Color
smashes down, and you guys see knocking, or this orc rather, kind of duck out of the way. And he turns around, you oof! Attack them! I don't know why I just changed the orc's accents, but that's okay. I've been doing it all night. So does nothing. At this point, though, I'm gonna have it roll to see if it understands if it's an illusion or not. It's pretty sure. It's pretty sure there is a bird that he needs to smash. Because that was a very, very bad roll. In fact, he's solely focused on this illusion. Okay.
See, guys, he's on our side.
Again, Z, thank you so much for being a subscriber. I really appreciate using your Twitch Prime here. That's awesome. I know you can use it anywhere, so I appreciate it when you use it on my channel. 9 fucking months in a row, man. Damn, it's been a long time. Okay, so the orcs. Well, the orc the ogre just tried to smash is still just he knows whose team he's on, so he's gonna attack Rogan.
Oh no! Don't do it. He has advantage. No, don't do
I'm just happy that somebody came into my line of sight.
it. First one hits. I take 10 damage, so it's 5 now.
I will pet your feathers and say, poor birdie.
My blood-covered feathers.
That doesn't bother
The
my character.
first one doesn't hit. The second one does. I take 5 damage.
Okay. So yeah, they both come down on you with their axes, smashing into you, doing some damage to you there. Rogan, how do you respond?
Attack! Maul of Fury. Yeah,
Maul
let's
of
see. I'm just gonna roll a D2. 2. Nah, describe reckless. Bet's paid off. I'm gonna choose this guy. And divine.
You completely obliterate this orc.
I just do a like wind up swing, like a baseball, and just boop, and it's all the park. Like that Fallout 4, that head bash.
Oh yeah. So you just obliterate this face of this orc, sending tusks and teeth flying everywhere.
Ah. Right.
More blood and pieces land on Knocking's feathers somehow. And Knocking, you're up.
Trying to think of what I can do. Okay. I'm gonna have to go that way. How is this thing on the wall?
How was what thing on the wall? That light?
Yes.
They're kind of shoved. They're like torches that were shoved into cracks on the walls.
Okay.
If you could pull it out,
am
possibly.
I'm going to grab it because that is about half my movement. Then I'm going to go back to where I was with the torch. And I want to chuck it into this room.
Okay. So you want to use the torch to light up the room, basically.
Yeah, I want to be able to see because I can barely even see my buddy right there. Oh,
It's a pretty simple thing to do, yeah. So you grab the torch, you run back over, you pivot around the rock pile there, and you just kind of launch it forward. And as it flies through the air, like the whole like entranceway there like flickers and flickers as it spins through the air and hits the dirt, and it stays lit, exposing this massive ogre and an orc that looks a lot stronger and larger than the others, kind of tailing up behind.
well, since I probably can't shoot right now, I'm just going to go back into my crouch position.
Actually, we're gonna call that interacting with an object, so you still do have an action.
All right, in that case, I will attack this guy. Let's see here.
Bad that I'll be disappointed if the ogre doesn't kill him.
I'm sorry, you shot the first orc, right? Not the ogre?
Correct.
Okay. So yeah, you find the mark, doing 5 damage to him. He lets out a large like howl as the arrow sticks into him.
Then I just pivot and go back to reloading.
All right, Locke, you're up.
I'm gonna throw my hand axe at him, at the big guy.
Ooh.
It's a hell of a hand axe.
Exactly.
So you let this hand axe fly, and it looks, I mean, it's like the definition. Like you're thinking back to your training when you learn how to throw this hand axe properly in those non-stressful throws. And it sticks into the large midsection of this ogre.
Swish.
As a bonus action, I'll call it back to my hand.
And then it just pulls its way, the fine cut that it left in this ogre's skin, it pulls its way out. And you don't even see any blood on the end of this hand axe from this attack.
It reminds me of me.
The hide of this ogre. Letting
And then
you
I'll go
bleed.
back up a little bit more.
It's going to be a lot harder to take down than those 6 damage points.
That's why I'm damaging it now.
Rhea, you see this hand axe fly through the air, and then you recall this Locke kind of retreats backwards a little bit. Oh, Locke, did you heal yourself? I thought you took damage.
No, I use shield to protect
Oh, that's
myself.
right, you never took the damage. That's right. Okay, Rhea. Oh, the focus.
So I got a okay roll there on the ogre.
Ice cold.
The 19 finds its mark as this large target, the broadside of a barn, one could say, and you are able to hit it.
And its speed is reduced by 10 feet, don't forget.
That may actually save you guys. How many long does it last for? Start
just
of
until
your
my
next turn.
turn.
Okay, so basically one of its turns then.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you did 3 damage. Okay, got it. Is there anything else you'd like to do in your turn?
If I get a crit, oh, it's gonna be
I
like
think that's about it for me.
66 damage.
Cool.
So I'm waiting for it.
The ogre, lifting its massive club in the air, charges forward. And it smashes into the other version of knocking. Wait, is that still up?
Let me double check,
Yeah, I
actually.
don't remember how long illusions last.
I don't even know how to check.
An
Oh,
hour,
wait.
I thought.
Is it an hour?
It's
It
1
lasts
minute.
for 1 minute.
Oh, 1
and it's
minute.
not concentration.
So how many turns is 1 minute usually?
10.
10 turns?
Yep. 6 seconds
Okay.
per turn.
We'll say it's still up. I mean, it might be at the end of that. Wait, one round or one turn?
Sorry, round.
It'd be a round, so.
And you cast about 2 rounds ago?
Yeah, I think it was 2.
So then it should have ended on your turn then, correct? 1, 2... Oh, no, it has one more then, right?
No, I think it's every one of the rounds, so it would be.
6 seconds per round.
It still has
Everything happened.
8 more rounds to go.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
sorry.
what
I
I'm
was doing that math way wrong. I was thinking like 10 seconds or whatever. Never mind. Okay.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh,
but,
jeez. Yeah, okay, it's definitely up still. So yeah, it smashes into this orc. Who looks like knocking. That it sees... It's very confusing, really, for this poor ogre. But at this point, he's going to roll another intelligence check to see if he can find out if he's doing the wrong
Kill
thing.
birdie.
It knows it needs to kill birdie is all I can think of.
White. Right, white.
Then this other orc who has yet to enter the battle comes charging forward. And it leaps from the top, and it brings its great axe down on Rhea.
As he's leaping from the top, can I get a opportunity attack? Come on. Let me smash.
Hang on. Let me see. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Let's see if I hit him.
Ooh. Ooh.
I can't do Divine Fury because that's once per round. Let me check.
I don't think you can add that stuff in opportunity attacks anyway, generally. I believe, unless it says otherwise.
Okay, so the first creature you hit on each of your turns. So the first creature I hit was the one I killed.
Yep.
Nope.
So yeah, but you bring this, you kind of like do this, you hear these footsteps, and you hear, whoo, as like someone, as an orc leaps, and you spin around and you catch this this orc right in the midsection, and it flies forward and it brings its axe down, and it does not hit Rhea then with her shield. So it kind of like lands there in the ground, preparing to attack again. Rogan, you are up.
Okay. I'm gonna position myself right in the middle of these 2 orcs.
Yeah, Z, you see the
Getting
new
right in the midst of action. I'm gonna
your sub
smash
badge.
down at. Let's smash down on this one. I don't even need to do reckless.
Oh
Let's
shoot.
see. I'm gonna smash down on the one I've already hit. Hitting. There we go.
Hit it.
Hit.
So you're hitting the one that looks like knocking, right?
No, I'm hitting the one that
Oh,
majorly
past you,
overkilled
yeah.
now. Yeah, majorly overkilled one. Because that's the first creature I hit.
Okay, so yeah, that's the one that leaped past you. So it took 10, then another 18.
Yep.
This orc is still up.
38. Oh, wow. Surprise.
Oh wait, you said 38? I see 28.
10 plus 18. No, sorry, 28.
Okay.
That's right.
Yep. Okay. So I was making sure I wasn't missing an attack there. But yeah. So you turn around and you just start beating on it with this maul, and this radiant damage echoes out. But yeah, this orc stays standing. Knocking, as you begin to pivot around, you realize there's an orc right in your face. He smells of lilac and lemons.
So beautiful, his faces.
I will use a disengage,
Flowing black hair covers his right eye.
and then I'm going to shoot him in his right eye.
It absorbs your arrow because it is a black hole.
Oh my gosh.
No, I'm kidding.
It does not.
Oh, damn. Oh, shit. That's a crit.
Right through the right eye.
Yep. So
He
you
absorbs the arrow right through the brain.
this orc, like, he goes to like flip his hair back to get a better look at Rhea, and it like to spin and look at Rogan, and it hears you shuffle back into like a tactical position, and you hold your crossbow out and you pull the trigger, and the flickering of the cave lights shine off of his face, and you realize this orc is very beautiful. It's a lovely orc. And then your arrow strikes it in the right eye, and it just explodes out the back of his head, and his face just turns bloody and lifeless, and he falls to the ground.
Wow.
Then, you know me, I'm gonna go and pivot back.
You put it back.
I will end my turn.
All right. Lock. There is just a version of knocking that you know isn't knocking, and then an ogre.
I'm gonna move up a little bit. I'm gonna continue to hit the ogre.
And they're going to try and move even farther back.
No.
So you're going to throw your hand axe. It hits, and then I assume you're calling it back.
Yep.
Again, the sand axe smashes in this ogre, and it barely leaves a mark.
Shrink.
You know what? I'm gonna go this direction.
Okay. Rhea, you're up. This massive ogre and another version of knocking is all that remains.
Well, since I'm the one who did the spell, I know that's not knocking. Let me look at what I want to do. I'm gonna go with Firebolt on the ogre.
Oh,
Mm.
a 5 this time.
Yeah, your firebolt sails through the air, and unfortunately you missed the broadside of the barn.
Oof.
It's annoying.
The ogre retaliates by attacking knocking 2.
Ooh.
The 9
Ooh.
misses, but what was your DC check on that?
Ooh, I think it was 13.
It was 16.
16? Okay, then yeah, it's still it's like
okay.
becoming more aware that maybe this is not the correct bird to attack, but it's still just severely confused.
Goodness.
Ooh. That's close.
The orc's like, "Stop it!" and he charges forward at Rogan.
Please stop. This one doesn't. Oh, K doesn't even need advantage. That is
24.
6 damage.
So yeah, he charges
it.
forward and smacking you with his great axe, dealing the half damage to you. Rogan, how do you retaliate?
Jeez. Oh my
Ooh.
gosh.
You hit him
Oh.
hard with an 11. You end the life
Ugh.
of this other version of knocking.
Come on, get me some.
Actually, you killed it with the 11, so if your Divine Fury triggers after the fact, if I don't know if it uses points or whatever, but
Let me.
you would have had to use it.
While you're raging, the first creature you hit on each of your turns. Okay, yeah.
Oh, so just
It-
you always get it then. It doesn't
It
matter.
popped.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, so your radiance kind of comes down and transcends into this ogre, but its lifeless body falls to the ground anyway, leaving just the four of you staring at this ogre. And off in the distance, you hear.
Batman has appeared on the field.
Dang.
Knocking. How do you pivot?
I pivot well, sir. I pivot well.
So let's see, that's 12 orcs so far and 1 ogre. Do you think the ogre's worth anything?
Probably. Yeah. Anyways. I see this ogre. What kind of weapon does it have?
It's essentially. Oh my god, my push to talk
tree
wasn't working. Okay, it's essentially a. It was a tree branch that has been chewed into like the shape of a club. You see teeth marks like all over like the handle and everything else chewed to fit into his hand properly.
Okay. In that case, I'm gonna be going over here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to use where is it?
It's a bloodbath.
I'm going to use the maneuver disarming attack, which is just basically an attack plus the actual damage versus strength. So
Oh,
he has to beat a 15 on strength to keep his weapon.
succeeds.
Yeah,
easily.
Yeah, your arrow sticks into the wood. He now has a spiked club. No,
Well,
he doesn't, but there's an arrow in his club.
Then, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to action surge.
Okay.
And I'm going to use another maneuver. This time I'm going to go and try to trip him.
No.
The
Don't
bird
do
of prey
that near
charges forward with the intent of toppling the giant. What do you
me.
have to
He
roll?
gets toppled by the giant.
So you don't want me to trip him?
The bird
I don't
goes flat.
want him to fall on me.
Look how wonderful I rolled.
So he has to roll.
Ah,
He can't beat it.
I'm sure.
Yeah, actually, it can't beat it.
Oh no!
It doesn't have upgrades to.
Okay, it tumbles down the stairs and takes damage, right?
It
I push and
okay.
pull my way out of the car.
So it doesn't take damage from these, right? It only takes the because it's maneuver. So yeah, it's only gonna just
I-
okay. So
If it hits.
your arrow sticks into its knee, and like as it takes a step forward, it was preparing to attack Rogan, who is right in front of him currently. And he takes that step as the arrow hits like the side of his knee, and it just buckles. And he just when he falls down to one knee, and he begins toppling over to his right side to land on the steps.
Come on, crack his head open.
Dexterity check, man.
In the last bit of my turn, I am gonna rush back to my safety.
Okay.
The bigger they fall, the harder they fall. Sorry, bigger they are, the harder. There we go.
So it's currently prone as it crashes into the ground, laying on its side, which would give any melee attack against it advantage.
It's only my turn.
In that case,
Locke, you hear this? Yeah, you hear the thudding of this thing hitting the ground.
Should grab. Oh, there it is.
the advantage because he's prone. But
Yep.
doesn't
The
matter.
18 hits, doing 2 slashing damage.
Ugh.
Too much.
You basically remove a callus from his shoulder.
Like,
You're welcome.
in consideration of my damage comparatively, it's like 11 to 2, then let's roll 2s. That's funny. How
My
this
hand act
character
does more
does
than
so
anything
much
that I have.
damage. Roll natural 20s every time.
Okay, Rhea.
Yeah.
Rhea, the beast has toppled.
Yes.
It's top
Well,
blue
I'm gonna
beast.
go and try again. Firebolts. It's a little better.
Do ranged spells... I have to look this up. Maybe do ranged spells have the same issue with disadvantage against prone
Ranged
targets?
Attacks.
I could not tell you the answer to
I
that.
think they do, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's all ranged, whether it be physical or magic. So you'd have to roll it again to see if your roll is... because you're at disadvantage. So it'd be the 9 damage if you still hit, but...
Okay.
Yeah.
So you just want me to
20
roll it
plus
again?
Yeah, just roll it again. See if you roll higher or lower than a 19. Oh, you still hit it with a 13. So either way, you do the 9
Yeah.
damage.
Cool.
5
So yeah.
damage.
This 9 damage flies out, and it strikes into this ogre. And for the first time, it makes like a sound as it appears to be being worn down by your guys' attacks.
It's
Slowly.
weakening.
Slowly.
Slowly but surely. And its name isn't Shirley. The ogre stands up, and it holds its club like a golf club. And it swings at Locke, missing.
Yep.
Just waves through the air as this massive branch just kind of sails in between the two of you guys. Rogan, you're up.
It's dazed. Continue the fight.
Reckless.
Dang it!
Unfortunately, yeah, your efforts, you're blinded by the rage of this beast you wish to fell, and yeah, unfortunately, you miss it.
God!
Rhea, you feel a little bit better knowing that other things can miss this massive beast.
That does make me feel better, especially since I just hit him.
Knocking. Your pivot game is strong.
Pivot on this little
I
pole.
can pivot with the best of them. What can I say? So I'll pivot back,
Ba-ba!
and then I'll see if I can't help my friends a little bit.
How is that a pivot?
We don't question the
You
pivot.
mind your. Anyways, should I use maneuvers or should I?
It was more
actually
of a
go for
hop.
damage? You know what? I'm gonna go for damage. I'm gonna try to shoot it in its one good eye. Ooh!
Ah,
Even I can miss once in a while. That's sad. Well, I'm pivoting back.
Not a pivot. I was in dance.
As Knocking yells,
Pivot is when one
"Pivot."
of your feet stays in the same place. Okay.
Maybe he's twirling. I didn't hear what he said though. What did he say?
I said maybe I have very long legs.
That works. His leg just extends way out there. All right. Locke, you dodged the tree branch.
I might be part flamingo.
8 feet long legs.
Alright. Since my
Oh,
sword is
I
not
don't know what
working,
that was.
I'm gonna use my scimitar instead.
That was really fucking loud. You swing your scimitar and you just thud right into the wooden club this ogre carries, and you pull your weapon away from it. If nothing else, Rhea, You're on a roll.
Let's hope. I'm gonna pelt this guy with more fire. Let's go with that.
Crisp it.
Your 16 is enough to hit. Doing 3 fire damage. Further wearing it down. At that, the ogre will respond. Frustrated with not being able to hit Locke, it takes its hands
Don't do it. Don't do it.
and it grips its weapon and it swings as hard as it can at Rogan.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. That hits. And oh wow. it did 4 damage.
Striking into you for 4 damage. Then it gets frustrated and it pushes its way in between you guys and begins to charge its way at Rhea.
Opportunity attacks.
Yep, you guys can both have one. I actually thought I could do it without taking the attacks, but no, yeah, go ahead. You both hit it.
This is
Doing
the first creature I hit.
16 damage.
First creature I hit, guy. Yeah, it comes in
Oh,
useful.
shit. Oh, yeah, I forgot you missed. So it charges between you guys, and you guys hack at its legs. This divine radiance, this fury echoes off, doing a considerable amount of damage to this ogre as it leaves itself open for attack. And it gets right up into Rhea's face, and it lifts its massive great club in the air. Then Rogan.
It climbs like as if using the stairs as momentum. He jumps off and lands on its head, beating him as if the picture shows, beating him one way in direction and landing him against the rocks. And smashes down once again. That right?
Oh, waiting for it. You have to roll an attack.
Oh yeah, it's my turn. Oh, sorry, man.
So I was waiting to see if you hit it, because I mean, essentially you're going to kill it if you can hit it. So. Oh, yeah. Okay, it's dead. Yeah, so basically what you described.
So it lands at my
Okay.
feet. Lovely.
So yeah, you hit it, and you perform this maneuver on it, and you kill it, and it just, its eyes roll up, and this massive tree club falls from its hands, and it just, and it just falls forward at Urea, and you have to choose left, right, or backwards.
I will. There's a rock behind me, so I will go right.
And the ogre crashes down at your feet.
Ooh, good hit.
And that will remove us from combat. As the ogre hits the dirt, and the last of its breath kind of echoes from its lungs, all you hear is the faint sound of dripping water into a pool somewhere. Drip, just kind of drip, drip, and then just the horrid smell of the cave remains.
Should we collect the teeth or wait until we're coming back?
Let's secure this place first. Make sure there's no orcs or raiders.
Okay.
As we know, we can collect the teeth and we can decide then.
All right.
Rogan, I think you're gonna need this more than me. And I hand him the potion.
Thanks, mate.
And he pops it back.
I guess I would like to search this treasure chest.
Thanks it.
Okay. So as you guys kind of hand out potions and kind of gather yourselves, Knocking kind of hops his way forward, doing an awesome flamingo dance up to the treasure chest.
He
When you-
hops? That's how he moves?
That's what I'm picturing. But
Yeah.
I always pictured the rooster from, what is it?
like Looney Tunes
Robin
or
Hood?
whatever.
Yeah, or Robin Hood, you know, the little guy
Yeah.
with the...
Oh yeah, yeah.
sings the whole time.
No, I picture like the little like robins that are like around my house that hop around in my front yard. That's literally what I
Oh,
picture.
love
So
those. Love robins.
just doot, these quick
It's a
head
canary,
motions.
so it's got kind of a similar.
I picture him getting up to the treasure chest and he's turning his head sideways, so like his eyes on the left side of his head.
That's
But-
adorable.
I know that's not what Kenku looked like, but that's just how I picture it anyway.
Well, I am a very strange Kenku, just so whatever.
Plus, your picture is that of literally what is it, a finch or whatever it is?
I'm not a finch.
Or I don't even know what that is. Some
Did you see the
weird-
poster I pictured that I put in chat?
Yeah,
where
that's
is
it.
Oh yeah, that one. That's a more heroic version than I pictured. That's a lot more heroic.
Well, He's a fighter, so I picked the toughest looking one.
yeah, this is
I
what
expected maybe a
this is
scar
what he put.
on his eye.
It's not how I pictured him. Anyway. Okay, anyway.
Anyways, what's in the chest?
Yes, okay,
the
so it's a metal chest. It's kind of like, it's made with like metal strips that are kind of woven and, what would you call it, riveted together. So it's unlocked. So you open it up, and inside it's pretty obvious that this band of orcs have been plundering a lot of different homesteads and people along the Tribor Trail. Inside the unlocked treasure chest, you find what looks to be 750 copper pieces, 180 silver pieces, 62 electrum pieces, 30 gold pieces, and 3 vials of perfume. One that smells of lemon, one that smells of lilac, and a third that smells of orc.
Gooseberries.
I will
Anyway.
take the 3 vials. And you said it smells of lavender, orc, and what?
Lemon.
Lemon. All right. Then I will separate the the money into 5 separate parts to give out to everyone. Which we can do a little bit later. So we'll figure that out in a little bit, and I'll end my turn for now while I calculate the amount that everyone gets.
I am gonna accidentally roll that in GR. Let's see here. Let's investigate. Where's this cave? I'm gonna go here.
I'm gonna sit here and listen to it.
You guys hear Rogan screaming from somewhere in the cave.
What's the matter?
What are you doing fighting? There's only 4 of us.
Well, our goblin, who's
He's
somewhere.
Oh, there he is.
Knocking to your left, you hear a splash. And you turn around and you realize had popped out of a water barrel.
I don't even question it.
He looks
Nice.
around. He looks around. And he hovers up to your height. He gets right up next to you, real close to you. And he gets real close and he says, "Can I have the orc perfume?"
How do you know there's orc perfume?
You can smell it.
He winks at you.
Fine, whatever, and I'll give him the orc perfume.
And as you hold the vial
That'd
out
come in handy.
and you hand it to him, he takes your hand. And at the same time he takes the vial and he places a rat in your hand. And then
what does the rat look like?
This rat is green, and painted on its back is the shape of a leaf, like an elven leaf from like an elven forest of some sort. And he winks at you again, And he goes inside the treasure chest and he closes the door over him.
We open it. He's gone.
No, he's just sitting in there, like on top of all the money. Just kind of looking up at you, doing nothing in particular. This chest weighs quite a bit, but two of the stronger of you guys could obviously carry this thing. But if you took all the money out and left the chest, then obviously there wouldn't be an issue.
Let's take the chest. It's secure if we put some stuff in it. Well, for carriage travel.
It's only slightly heavier because brr is inside of it.
Mm-hmm. Lark, help me with this. Let's grab all the orc stuff and put it in here. Well, not while he's in here. He might need it.
All right, you guys all get 312 experience for defeating the Wyvern Tor orcs. That's each, by the way. Cha-ching!
Squunk.
Sorry, one last thing. So the orc that was a little bit larger, the one that charged forward, who took a little bit more to defeat, his axe is of a different quality. It's of better quality. Engraved on the handle of it. Do any of you guys speak Orcish?
Not I.
Orcish, I think, has dwarvish roots. I might be able to read some of the language. Let me check.
Okay. Well, if you can, I mean, if you can't, then you just don't realize it. But
yeah,
it appears to be a name engraved on the handle of this, and it says Brugor. Brugor Axebiter is engraved on the handle of this great axe. This axe is just it's a normal great axe, but it's just of a better quality and make than the rest. It's got like leather hand wraps wrapped around the hilt of it. The axe is more polished and sharpened. There aren't chips and pieces missing out of it everywhere. It's much sharper.
If my D&D 5e player's handbook can load, maybe.
But at that, where are you guys gonna head next?
Well, we need to get all of the booty, so we have to make sure we get all the teeth.
Okay, so you guys are gonna collect the teeth of all. What is it? 7 orcs and 1 ogre. 8 orcs and 1 ogre.
Yes.
Yeah, you're easily able to. Some of them only have one tusk though. However, so you don't get like 2 from each, but you essentially get enough to identify all the different orcs you were able to clear out.
I want to just take a quick investigation around the entire cave, see if we missed anything.
So there's 8 here, and then there was 1 outside, and then there was 3 in the forest.
Nerd.
Right?
Whatever, Rose.
I believe so.
Yes. Yeah, because there's more than that. Wasn't there 4 in the trail?
4?
Yeah, 2 archers and 2 swordsmen. I thought, right?
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
oh, okay, yeah. So 13.
2 on the trail or 4 on the trail.
13 plus an ogre.
Yep. How you doing, Rose? How was your weekend?
Get that mun.
So what experience are we at?
Currently, we are at 1,362, I think.
Okay.
I
that's
was
what I have.
I
That was a
believe
little
we're
bit.
supposed to be at 1,462.
That's what
I
I've
would
got
guess that
too.
probably happened.
1462.
Okay.
I'm not
Updating
good
it
at
now.
math, but he is, so we'll go with that.
I'm not worried about it. Whatever you guys are supposed to be at, put yourselves at it.
Well, then we're supposed to be at 10,000.
Yeah.
Well, now the rest of this game is going to be too easy.
About 4 more levels.
Now you have to add like 6 dragons to the final fight.
Oh
Damn it.
darn, Max! Like you would hate
More
that.
dragons. I hate
Yeah.
dragons.
I need to get some spells that'll work against dragons. I don't know how good fire is against
Well,
them.
sounds like a
And
relaxing weekend, Rose.
illusions.
Illusion might, if it's good.
You could make us all look like we're gold.
Well, I could make us all look like girly dragons and distract them.
No, 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 no.
Well, I guess we're gonna head back to town.
We should find our horsey and make sure that the horsies are okay.
True. Did any wolves eat our horse? Says.
Because we
Yeah.
have those chests if we want to take them.
Yeah, they're the one chest. So as you guys kind of make your way back out of the cave, back up the path, you find your horse and cart basically in the same spot. The horses had wandered a little bit to a patch of green grass that kind of grew a little bit up the path, but you find the horses unharmed.
Awesome. Let's hitch them up and put our booty in the back of the cart and go home.
Yep. By the way, Max, Dorkish does have Dwarven language as a writing utensil.
Ah, okay. So yeah, you would have recognized that it is a name then, written in the handle of that axe. If anyone wanted to grab it, they would have the axe biter axe.
Is it a great axe
Yes.
or just a battle axe? Okay, I'll take it.
Or wait, or what was it? Hang on.
I thought you said great axe, but could be mistaken.
Me too, but I want to make sure.
I just heard axe.
Yeah, it's a great axe.
Okay, I'll take it.
Cool. The axe biter has been claimed. Campaign complete.
Dunk dunk. GG! Yay!
Dun, dun, dun,
Yeah,
dun,
guys,
dun, dun, dun,
right?
dun.
Yay! Okay.
Well, let's go sell our shit and then go up to Thunder Tree and go and take out. I can't remember what we're supposed to take out up there.
So as a reminder, as a refresher, because I know it's been a while since we've had our last session. I forgot her name. But she had a quest to bring the comb to Agatha's lair in order to find the location of the spellbook. Agatha was told to have given, if you appeal to her vanity, she will grant you the answer to any one question. Regardless of what the question is, she will answer it truthfully. Then yes, Thunder Tree was said to be the location of a druid within the ruins who knows where the Cragmaw Castle is. And then also within Thunder Tree, the lady you guys rescued in the Red Brand hideout had to inform you guys that they used to own a shop there, where she did hide an item of value underneath the floorboards before they had to quickly evacuate the town a long while back. It was kind of like your reward for saving her and her family, her 2 kids.
Okay.
Also, did you guys... Well, it's just going to give it away, but did you guys get the quest for the well as well?
I didn't hear about well. Maybe the other guys did.
Nope.
Hang on, let me see who gave the quests. I can't remember.
I don't know. It's been too long since we were last in that town.
Yeah, hang on a second.
I might have remembered 2 weeks ago.
So, Knocking, do you have the perfume?
Mm-hmm. Do you want some?
No.
I'll give you a choice between the 2.
Which are they? Lavender or
And
lemon?
Yep.
I don't like lavender. Can I have lemon? It's bright and cheerful like me.
I look at it, I'm like,
Oh,
but yellow is
Damn
like
it.
me. And I hand it over to her.
I've never worn perfume before.
Hmm.
Would you like some orc? You hear from the inside of the treasure chest.
Maybe at some point, but not right now. Thank you.
Well, all right.
You know, in the prisons over at what was it? It's been a while since I've been to that place. They used to wear orc. Like it was some like hot topic over there. Like they would just kill an orc as they were doing their slave wars. They would like rip out its gallbladder, take it out, and just juice it for the remnants of the orc. Disgusting process, but to some, it's good.
Where was this at? You hear from inside the treasure chest.
Give me a moment. He's just like thinking on his own history. Sick. He's gonna roll a intelligence check. 7. I can't remember it. I forget the name of it. Let me check some of my book. Well, let me check my arms. And you see, he goes to look at his tattoo.
The treasure chest like creaks open. You just see eyes staring at you, Rogan, as he waits for an answer.
He waits and waits, as if peering through my soul.
His eyes change color from a blood red to a misty blue.
So beautiful.
As hope enters his vision. Excitement. He yearns for it.
I feel slightly uncomfortable.
The goblin waits for his quest.
Desire rampant in the body of the woman.
Tells us.
Ah, yes, and he peers over his shoulder. And you see this like little mind network of a tattoo on him. Mithril Hall. It's a wonderful place over there. I was born. It was they don't treat lightly to people who work and work until they let a person die. Well,
Sounds like where I grew up.
yeah, you know, they're talking about the prison I basically grew up in. I killed a werewolf in
No,
revenge
Z,
for
you're
my
not
father.
reading my stuff.
The damn beast. He left something important to me behind, and I just had to take it out on him. But yeah, let's move on. I'm tired of sitting here. And he just like shuffles a bit as he just waits impatiently as the slow horses move slowly through this rocky terrain. Come on!
And the treasure chest flies open. And all you guys see is a blur. And the weeds and the trees kind of move out of the way a little bit as goes running through the woods in the direction of this location you gave him.
He has distant north to the cold and lonely. Crossing sea by trailing sea.
You just hear as it gets quieter and quieter. Oh.
My character will be like, what is his story?
Insanity.
Insanity. I'm sorry, cut down. That was perfect. That was great. Insanity.
I saved him.
You did? Why?
Because otherwise I would have killed him.
Makes sense.
In this world, there are only two options. You save
Yeah.
it, or you
Or
kill
insanity.
it. Or insanity.
That's 3.
Anyways,
We're talking about goblins here. That's only 2.
so
Yeah.
well, since he's not taking a share, not unless he just took his share and ran off.
Oh yeah, 1/5 is gone.
Okay.
Do I have to do math again?
No,
I
actually,
already
he only
posted
took
how much.
he took 3 gold and 7 copper pieces.
3 gold and
Just tell me what it comes out to, because I'm not doing that math.
27 divided by 5. Yeah. It's 5.4. And for the copper, oh god.
It's messed up all their shit. I'm sorry, I messed up on your guys' math. Oh, man.
887.5.
Just round everything up so it's easy. Just like add halves of copper if you
Okay.
have to. It doesn't really matter.
188 copper.
In the long run, you guys are gonna make more and more money here and there. It's not really, a half a copper here and there isn't gonna make a difference.
Yeah, just put some copper and some gold into the party fund so we can have a bit of breathing room for rations when we get back.
Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, just go into wagon inventory and however much you're willing to input in there. Go ahead.
So as you guys are kind of heading out of the from the Wyvern tour, and you guys kind of leave this rocky, hillish landscape, you start entering where, walking the path. You enter, guys, where the forest kind of meets this rocky location, and up ahead you see the Tribor Trail. As you guys get closer and closer to trail, you notice walking along the path a silver-haired half-elf, looking to be well over 100 years old. He walks carrying an old longsword, scabbard, onto his waist. He wears an older style of armor. Knocking, you would recognize this as like a very, very old military set of armor that used to be worn by soldiers a long time ago, either through Neverwinter or through other bands of the military that used to kind of inhabit these areas. Essentially, you recognize it as a very, very old armor set that nobody wears anymore. And he kind of walks, heading towards, would it be northeast?
so
Yes,
he's going
northeast.
the exact opposite way of us.
Yes.
Well, should we bother him? That's the question. I'm going to say yes. How about you?
I
You
would
three.
like to say hello.
I don't even know who's controlling the wagon, anyways.
It's either me or Rogan.
1d2. 1 or 2.
Flippy coin.
1.
You're driving.
Okay.
Okay, I should have got butt pads for the bench.
Donut.
Anyway, so you guys get up to the road. The cart comes clanking out of the woods, hauling your guys' treasures and et cetera, et cetera. And the elf kind of turns, startled, and up ahead sees you guys and kind of like waves.
Hello, sir.
Afternoon.
And he kind of like bustles up closer to you guys. Hello. Funny seeing you guys out here.
Why is it funny?
Well, I was looking for you guys in town. I was told you headed up this way, but I thought maybe... And he kind of like stretches out like his arms and you hear like a pop and a crack. And he's like, oh, not what I used to be. I was hoping to run into you, though.
Well, what can we do for you?
Get off the cart.
What was that about the cart?
I said, Locke, get off the cart.
Oh, okay. He looks over at let's see, he knows Rogan, Knocking, and Locke. Okay. The most. He says, yeah, I heard about an issue up at the well. The what was it called? The old owl well. And I was, well, if I couldn't get a hold of, a younger group of adventurers to head out there and see what's going on, I thought I'd try it myself. And he kind of like puts his hand like on his sword. And, like looking at his sword, you realize that there's like a hole in the hilt of it. And you realize that it used to be mounted on something, and it had been removed from the mount, attempted to be used again.
Sir, what's wrong with Old Owl Well?
Oh, well. Hang on, I'm reading. Here it is. Oh, well, I've been hearing that prospectors in the hills northeast of here, and in the direction there, that someone is digging around in the ruins there. More disturbing, some prospectors have reported being chased from the area by undead. And, well, since you guys, and he looks over at you guys who are now, Knocking still covered in orc blood. You guys all look like you've definitely been in a cave fighting something. And he says, it looks like maybe the orcs, based on the way you came from, have already been dealt with. Well, we need someone to go take a look at ridding this area of the undead. If it is true, anyway.
If it is truly undead, I'll be interested in taking a swing at it.
That sounds scary.
Very scary, my dear. The ruins are an old watchtower of an ancient magical empire known as the Nethril. I'm worried that a dangerous magic might be dominant there still, and if a necromancer or something of an ill repute has implanted itself there, who knows what will become of it.
I will take a thoughtful look on my face, and then I will say, do you think there's treasure?
Well, based on my years of being an adventurer, and he stands up like a little bit taller, there's always treasure to be had.
Okay, well then I'm in.
You had me at treasure.
But it was the last thing I said.
Exactly.
And he smirks and like nods at you. So I can count on your aid.
Yes, sir, would you like us to bring you back to town?
Oh, I'm not sure if going back to town is a great idea.
Why not?
Well, because the well's just right over there. He points.
Let me mark it on your map.
He points over that way. Then, like, if you show him a map, he marks it.
What about you, though?
Well, with the orcs have been taken care of, and the goblins around the Phandelver have slowly been thinned away due to, some are describing a tiny green blur that has been patrolling these areas, doing good. We have yet to meet this creature, but some say the Rat King? He's like a really confused look on his face, and he's like, the rumor is that this thing has a partnership with Sildar Hallwinter, and, well, and he looks over at Knocking, and he's like, actually, the rumor, the legend has it that the bird saved this goblin. And he stares, and he's just like, oh, I don't know anymore. He's like, I'll be fine. And he turns around, he's like, see me when you are complete. I'm sure there is more treasure involved from Harbin. And he kind of laughs to himself.
What's your name, sir?
Oh, he turns around and comes back. I am sorry to Even as an old half-elf as I am, sometimes my manners escape me. I am Darren Eldermoth. I actually own the cottage beside the apple orchard in Phandelver. I can make one hell of a mean apple pie.
Is that a reward?
All the apple pie you can eat.
Yeah, that's a good reward for me.
I am going to hold you to that, sir.
Then I will get baking. The Order of the Gauntlet thanks you! And he turns and where did that random token come from? Was that your imp?
That is my imp.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't know if I just put something there in accident or if you did that. So yeah,
Quick look.
he
He's visible.
hands you guys he holds out 2 health potions, minor health potions. He pulls them out of his pocket and kind of like hands them to whoever's in front of him, and then he turns and walks off, heading back to town.
What a nice old man.
Seems good.
I heard that. Thank you. As he continues walking.
Max, I can't make it smaller.
Make it bigger. Okay, so I'm just gonna add 2 health potions to the party inventory for now.
Thanks, Max.
No problem. Yes, sir. You have added some health potions. You are now stronger, faster, better.
Okay.
Shall we get going?
Yeah, go on ahead. Sorry, not Rogan. Locke was busy traveling while using the cart and driving it. Could I set up taking a short rest?
Yeah, I mean, the time from like leaving the tour to then the well, any of you guys could have taken a short rest on the cart. Yeah, so yeah, you guys can consider yourself have taken a short rest, depending on regardless of where you end up. Actually, really, it wouldn't have been a long rest. Never mind. Yeah, short rest.
I'm back up to shape if you need it. We're going now.
Nan Mile. I somehow did it. I made it short.
Okay, so at this point, are you guys going to head up to the well, or are you heading back to town?
Hey, Max, let's take a 5.
Oh, take 5?
Yeah, I
Oh.
wouldn't mind a snack.
I'll allow it. Yeah, let's take 5 minutes, and then we'll make it a soft 5 minutes. So yeah, if you want to go to a glass of water, whatever you want to do, please do so. We will see you back here.
Okay, we'll be back.
Hurry back!
Okay, bye.
See ya.
All right. So now I need music to play for the stream while we take 5.
La.
Okay, mute Z.
I know my singing voice isn't good. That's why I did it.
Hey, like they say, anybody can sing. It just might not be on the right key. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I have music here somewhere.
So how's your fantasy football there, Max?
That's a great question, actually. Let's take a look.
I might lose this week.
I should be able to pull off a win, but I'm not sure yet.
I was second place in both leagues. I might be shooting down to like 5th.
Oh boy. Not looking good. Yeah, I mean, I might be able to pull out a win, but it's not looking good. But hello out there,
My imp
anyone
has 8 hit
watching. I
points.
hope you're enjoying the game. This is Lost Mines of Phandelver. we are going to then transition the game
Didn't
into
roll
another
last time to
module.
see what
But
how
a good
many
time.
hit points he would have.
it's a good idea. So yeah, how do you like the new subscriber badges?
For some reason, I only see one of them though.
You have to scroll down. They're the badges for how long you've been subscribed to the channel. So if you go down to like the information part of the stream, the Twitch page, you see an icon.
Oh, okay.
So depending on how long you've been subscribed, like that'll be the badge that appears next to your name.
I got you.
Yeah, so you get a cool little thing now that appears. And yeah, I did change the emotes
Sweet.
as well.
Well, I've almost got that 1 year.
Yeah, right? It's been 9 months.
Yep.
Didn't realize it's been that long.
We've been playing games together for almost what? Almost 2 years now?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, over a year for even just the North game, which I'm really excited about that game coming back.
I am too. Get to play it by Furbolg.
Yeah, the original North game was so much fun for so long that I'm really happy to I don't want to give away, I guess, too many spoilers here, but like what you guys know of it is the fast forwarding of time a little bit, which is kind of like the repercussions of the previous North group, and what they accomplished and didn't accomplish. So it's gonna be a cool, especially this time of the year. You know, being October, start getting like the fall months and everything.
Yeah.
I really like playing like in that style of a game, that theme, that setting. Just a brutal, hellish winter landscape of everything. Dragons, undead, villainy of all levels. I'm looking forward to it.
I thought about using Zalix again, but I was like, nah, I want to play something else.
Yeah, I kind of decided that I think anyway that I wasn't going to let any of the original characters come back. They're going to be NPCs. The ones that I want to, the ones that are going to possibly make an appearance, but
Yeah.
if they do make an appearance, they will be NPCs. Obviously, Damien's human, so we'll have to see about him. But yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. I'm thinking.
I thought about playing Max,
What was that?
but I don't think the time would work for me.
So sorry, say that again.
I said I thought about playing in your game, but I think your time would be off for me. So.
Oh, yeah, I haven't really decided exactly when yet. I'm like,
But I already had the character made. Told you that a while ago.
yeah, I didn't see anything in that Goblin game.
What? Let me check really quick.
Unless I just don't have access to see it yet.
Let me see. 20. Launch game. And it should be the one that says definitely not Twiggy.
Oh, when I pull that up, there's like no information in there. It's just a picture.
Oh. Here,
You
let
have
me,
to make it visible to everybody.
Okay. Save. There you go.
Alright, let me take a look at this.
And all my rolls are right there, so you know that I did not cheat.
Oh, I wouldn't expect you to cheat anyway.
Cheated.
Hey, if you see his stats, I wouldn't doubt if you thought I cheated.
Cheated. Look at the x squared of root x plus 5. See, it makes sense. As the limit of X approaches some number, you'll see. If you take the derivative of X, you'll see.
Well, we're doing standard array anyway in that game, so the rolls would be irrelevant.
Well, I did all of that before you said anything.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll figure it out. We'll discuss that later, at a later day. Figure out a time and day where I can get as many of you guys into it as possible who are available. Those that want to join anyway.
Hey Max, when's the last time that we played the Yawning Portal?
What is that now? Was there a Yawning Portal game?
I was gonna say.
I'm
I'm
not-
like, I can't remember the last time we played that.
I'm not familiar. I don't even remember how to do Craigar's voice anymore. It was more like a, it was like an orc sounding, wasn't it? I think,
Something.
I think maybe we're not gonna play that game anymore. Is what I,
Yeah.
There we go. I remember how to do it now.
You can put your North games on that day. If Nick decides to cancel that game.
What was it, like every other Friday, I think?
Yeah.
Possibly. That's actually not a terrible idea. Fridays are rough though, because people usually have lives and do things on Fridays.
Not me.
Often not me either, but still.
Got a bit of school then, but yeah, I should be able to do it.
Well, are we,
Saturdays also work for me.
have we all returned?
Think so. I check with Rhea or Minako. Or one with Shady.
Mina Koyano?
Mina Koina.
Mina Koyano. Koanio Mina. I don't know how to pronounce that.
Minako Aino. There we go.
Keep seeing her name light up, but I don't hear her say anything.
Maniku Yakumba. I just hear static coming from you.
Yeah, we'll give her another minute. I don't know if it's been 5 minutes or not. I wasn't keeping track.
Hey Max, did you like the portrait I used for my Furbolg?
Yes, I did. Yeah,
I'm trying to find a better one, but I just couldn't find one.
So yeah, Furbolgs. Even back when I played one in a game, it was hard to find like good artwork for them. So the fact that you even found something like that.
Am I ready to get started again?
I'm back.
Welcome.
There we go.
We thank you for returning promptly.
Bum bum.
Please have a seat and enjoy the show.
Are you ready?
Previously, from 5 minutes ago, the group had stumbled upon a fair, silver-haired old half-elf who gave them a quest to investigate the old owl well. The group, blinded by the thought of treasure, glitter, and fireworks, set off up the Tribor Trail to
There's
investigate the
fireworks?
undead. Investigate the undead rumors of the old owl well. We find our group walking quickly, Locke uncomfortably riding on the hard wooden seat of this wagon as it bounces its way through the hills. And let me pull up the information I need. I already pulled it up, barely. Okay, why don't you guys set yourself up in a marching order? Eventually, you guys will, of course, get to a spot where the path kind of leads up to the ruins of an old watchtower. So up ahead, you see like the tall cylinder shape of a basically all but destroyed watchtower, leaving walls kind of positioned up, blocking your view. There is a path that leads up the watchtower. Actually, let me just read this right here. As you crest a low ridge, you spy the crumbling ruins of an old watchtower standing amidst the rugged hills. The place is so old that the walls are only mounds of rubble enclosing a courtyard of sorts. Adjacent to the broken stump of an old tower, a colorful tent has been set up in the middle of the courtyard, but nobody is in sight. Then I'll switch the mapping in a second. Uh-oh. Why is there dynamic lighting? There's dynamic lighting. Oh, sorry. Bear with me 1 second. The dynamic lighting isn't working. As we change maps, and hang on, I gotta adjust your guys' viewage. Hang on 1 second.
Bum, 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 bum.
I'm assuming it's getting to be about nighttime.
Well, yeah, we have to fight undead.
Oh yeah, we also have a fanatical berserker who has radiant damage somehow.
Yeah, I guess at this point it would be getting dark, wouldn't it?
Do you want to know how much I can see, guys?
I know how much you can see.
From me to right there. I can't even see the imp anymore.
Well, you can use a torch.
There's not much to see, to be honest, right now.
Guess I should... Oh, somebody took out a torch for me, I'm assuming?
That was me.
Ah.
Okay. So there are many entrances. I mean, the walls are crumbling, the mounds have fallen. Try not to jump around too much, but you guys can obviously pick a way to enter, either as a group or however else you want to do it.
I'm never one for splitting the party, personally.
Sunrise Squad. Mark, you're a front man. Sorceress, you are with the bird. You're helping him. I'll play middle. Keeping you guys safe.
That's very sweet.
I will
Little
use...
luck here is keeping me safe. So
Yeah. I'll use... I can't actually see in the dark, so I'm going to use my imp's vision. I'm going to look through his eyes. As he sits on my shoulder.
Sounds good. So as you enter the ruins of the well, you see the well, kind of sitting in the middle of the courtyard there, and off to the side, a large, brightly colored tent sits there, erected, with its doors drawn shut. As you make your way in, you slowly hear the creaking sound of something kind of shambling in place.
get your arms ready.
Do I know what direction?
He's gonna ready a great axe this time.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna ready my hand axe and my shield.
Locke, as you stand where you are, coming into view, you see an undead creature kind of just like bump against the wall, and it turns and it looks at you.
Nah, he's gonna ready his maul, since he knows he's going up against undead.
This zombie just kind of glares at you.
Does it do anything?
It just stands there looking at you. And it begins to slowly creep towards you.
What do you see?
I throw my hand axe at it.
Maybe it's friendly.
Okay. Roll the attack.
Sounds grumpy.
I miss. I call it back to my hand.
Yeah, your hand axe sails past, and then you bring it back. And as soon as you make that attack, you hear the gods say out loud, "Roll the initiative." Keep hitting the back button and doing that. That was not on purpose. Damn it.
The best initiative ever. A 3.
Hang on, I'm having to roll 20 issues. 1 second. Okay, game's loading back in. Hang on. Okay. Did you guys all click your tokens?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'll roll again if you'd like.
Yeah.
No. Although, don't one of you have inspiration dice?
I do.
Ah,
Me
I knew
do.
one of
Me
you did.
do. I'm
Okay.
going to save that for death saving throw.
So the zombies all come filing out of this thing.
Ew.
Scrumptious. Light these truckers on fire.
One approaches you, Locke, and it slams down on you.
Slam attack.
Misses.
Locke, go ahead and retaliate.
Slam attack. Retaliate.
Slam.
5 again. God
Oh
dang
my
it.
gosh.
You swing your hand axe wildly, doing no damage. How does your imp contribute to this?
He doesn't. He goes invisible.
Knocking. The undead horde has made its way.
I still haven't seen him. So I'm going to try to move so that I can actually see it. I think I can see him. Alright, I can see him. So, pot shot. 13. Ugh.
13 hits it.
They aren't
It's a 4.
fast. They aren't slow.
And then I'm going to pivot and reload.
Doing 4 damage.
Pivot behind the dwarf.
Dang straight, I'm using you as my pivot point.
Time to leave. Pivot point.
It's
The long
called
flamingo legs.
the dwarven pivot maneuver.
Rhea,
Yep.
the bird pivots. What does Rhea do?
The long, sleek legs. Makes you think of chicken. Oh yeah, that stag noise is back.
Okay, so I think I'm gonna do Scorching Ray, which hits 3 targets at a time. So I'm gonna aim for the 3 frontmost zombies.
Okay.
If I can actually.
Roll it up.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
So 11, 5, and 5 damage.
That's what it says. Yep.
Okay. So yeah, you hurl out these scorching rays, for lack of a better description, that strike these zombies, burning the already rotted, decayed flesh off their bones.
Okay.
Does it also light them up for knocking?
Yes.
Sizzle, sizzle. Sizzle burn. Sizzle charge.
There we go. Add in more torches to and signify them being like burning. Rogan.
Rogan charges up, maul in hand. He slams down on the zombie in front.
He hits it hard.
Yeah. He takes 9 bludgeoning
9.
damage, and he also takes, let's see here, 6 radiant damage.
Sorry, hang on one second. 5 plus the damage taken. So 5 plus 15 is to be a 20. Okay, the zombie falls to the ground motionless as its bones crumble.
Rogan stays and he uses his to go on. That's why I got Divine Fury. That's right.
And that's the end of your turn.
Yep.
At that moment, the tent flies open. And out comes a man, a bald man with tattoos all over his face, red robes with a staff in his hand. And he says, "What is the meaning of this?" And he waves his hands. And the zombies immediately stop in place. And the ones closest to you guys kind of take a step back.
Your things attacked us.
But you have entered this area. Well, why? What do you need? What can I do for you?
I'm pretty sure this is a public place, isn't it?
And he looks around, almost like dumbfounded at the comment. He's like, "Do you not see the horde of undead?"
That's why we're here, sir.
Well, then let us
But you're-
speak instead of fight. I have no interest in wasting my creations, let alone becoming hurt myself. What is it you need?
Get your creatures under control. They've been haunting people on the road.
You talk of the prospectors who make their way up here from time to time. They wish to get a peek at what it is I'm doing, apparently, and scare tactics. Mostly, most of them run off before the zombie even finishes even spinning around to look at them. Though you four seem to be a little bit more stubborn in your braveness.
Curiosity.
So what are you doing here exactly?
Well, I'm from somewhere a little bit farther off than here. Perhaps if you're from this area, you may not know where this is, but nonetheless, I'm here simply to I am here for research. I wish to discover more about what magic runs its way through the veins of these lands. And if I let's see, insight. Well, he's definitely telling the truth. He really is performing magic. If some items of interest, if any of you want to roll Arcana or History, he has his tattoos as well as his garb, which is unusual from around
Wizard.
here.
Ooh, tattoos.
Red Wizard.
Yes.
Tattoos.
She doesn't know that, but I know that.
Let's see. History check. Yeah, Rogan. His tattoos are unlike anything you probably have ever seen, but you recognize their style and the intricacy of his tattoos. The tattoo that's on his forehead that's most prominent is clearly a necromantic symbol of some sort. I'm sorry, no, Locke discovers the tattoo. The history check, though, describes his garb, which is from a land far, far to the east, where wizards pattern their flesh with tattoos. Both of you would know this. The tattoo on his head clearly represents the wizard school of magic. Kos school of necromancy. So you both realize and understand that he is a necromancer of some sort.
Is necromancy against the law in Neverwinter?
It's not against the law, but it's not allowed to be practiced within the walls of the town. I mean, as long as being a military person, you wouldn't have been sent to just eliminate a necromancer just because if one is causing, has done bodily harm to people or is doing something dangerous, sure, but.
So what is this well used for normally? Isn't it like a military outpost usually?
Well, this is in ruins and it has been for millennia. I don't believe it uses anything as more than just a sight to behold from the trails.
Do I get the sense that he is a banished mage?
That he has a what?
Since he has the far eastern garb on him.
Yeah, it's clear he's not from here. He traveled here a long distance to get to this point.
Okay.
Is that what you asked me? Sorry, I wasn't.
It's okay.
Okay.
I was asking if he seemed like a banished mage. Does he have that?
Oh, banished. I thought you said Spanish. Yeah. I'm like, I don't know if he's Spanish. I don't think that exists. No, banished mage. No, he clearly is practicing in the wizarding school that he, is a part of. He's doing what he's supposed to be doing, essentially.
Okay.
Sir, what is your name?
I am Heyman Kost. Nice to meet you.
All right.
Bird.
Nice to meet you. My name is...
Well, you are a Kenku. Yes.
Very true.
Yes, your voice mimics those of you have slain.
Not necessarily slain.
Those you have spoken with.
True.
I imagine your first conversation was rather difficult, huh?
Have you ever had a conversation
Conversation of knocking and a bell. Fascinating. A bird, a Kenku, a tiefling of the demonic realm, an elemental human, and a dwarf. Ah, my.
Mwah.
This is an opportunity if I ever saw one. He kind of waves his hands again, and the zombies all kind of start filing back into their little hole here, in the little thing.
Don't forget about the imp and the goblin. Even though the goblin's not here, he's here in spirit.
Oh, I know much of Brrr. Me and him have gotten to know each other over these past 10, 15 years.
He's only been left
10,
5.
15 years?
How long do goblins live?
It's not important. And he waves his hand. He's like, what imp? And I thought the imp was invisible.
It is invisible.
Okay, then he doesn't know the imp. You have an imp. Are you a warlock?
I am not.
And he picks up this dead zombie and he throws it down the well.
You don't drink that water, do you?
Oh, that's... He looks down the well and he's like, that is a good observation.
Anyways.
He waves his hand again. Anyway, like he keeps like just trying to like alter the conversation.
There's some down.
So,
Opportunity has arisen.
what brings you to this land specifically?
Well, as I have said, I'm here to study, to learn, to feel the magic that I just am looking to discover more that I can use to broaden my knowledge of the skills that I already have. And you four being here gives me an opportunity to make a deal. See, I have a couple of problems, a couple of items of importance that I dare not travel myself to accomplish. One of these items is to remove those smelly, disgusting orcs at the Wyvern Tor. Should you be able to accomplish... I'm sorry?
We already did that.
Let him finish.
You have already this explains the stench. I have a distinct odor of orc, bird, lilac, and a little bit of lemon.
Lavender.
Ah, lavender. It's a beautiful smell. I use it to reanimate rats for the Rat King. Besides the point, and he waves his hand off again, though. And he goes, I have something for you. And he runs back into his tent, and he kind of like, you hear him like shuffling around a minute, and he comes back out. And he says, which among you requires... Well, I'll just let you decide. This here is a ring of protection. I offer it up for your, forward knowledge of removing the orcs from existence. A reward to show I mean you all no harm, nor any of the people of this area. And he kind of holds the ring out in his hand.
I have the best insight in the world.
Well, who does it fit?
Okay. This ring will fit anybody in any finger. It is magical.
Even the birdie?
Even the smallest of the feathers.
Even the... Well, I don't know cells.
Anyways,
and he waves his hands like copying you.
this is my personal thought.
Well, what other thought would you have?
I'm a Kenku. I have everyone's thoughts.
Oh no, you must know what's lurking in the brain of Rogan.
In the
Rogan gets immediately concerned.
The death.
I do not believe that you are a threat. After all, necromancy is not against the law. You have called off your zombies. You have made no move to harm us. Though you do live up here, and I believe the main problem is that you are here without anyone knowing. So, as long as people understand that you are friendly, we should not have a problem. And then I look to the rest of my group.
Well, like, he's very, like, begrudged from all this. He looks at the guy and looks to his, like, he just looks past him. What do you guys think?
I think he seems like a nice man.
Aha, thank you. And he kind of like nods and bows in appreciation.
So where do you come from?
far east. But who would like this ring? I offer it. Most of the time, these people want these things quickly.
Locke, I think you should take it.
Me? I don't need it.
Perhaps this imp you speak of needs it. Where is it? And he starts like waving his staff around. I know they are invisible at times.
It appears behind him.
Ah, imp. And like looks it over and he's like, ah, familiar. Yes, yes. And he bops it on the head with his staff. Not hard, but just kind of like bops it. He's like, yes, a quality imp. A quality familiar. You have ties where I run deep. Anyway. And he waves his hand through the air again. Shall I give the imp the ring?
Yes.
He hands the ring to the imp. Now then. As I said, I had a couple opportunities that have presented themselves. Do you care to hear the second?
Go ahead.
You see, in my research, there have been some items I have not been able to discover. One of those being the name of the ancient wizard who built this tower that surrounds this well. You see, this well holds a magical power that is unbeknownst to those who have researched it. This is the reason why this tower was built, why it was defended. But at some point long ago, I've learned that, well, it was abandoned, and its power left unknown. There is a banshee in the area that I have tracked, that I have found through magical means. She harbors a location, I believe that they call it Agatha's Lair, was her name. And I need you to ask her a question. I would not dare to anger her, as I do not think I have possessed the items that require to appeal to her. But I wish you to find Agatha's Lair and ask her, who is this wizard that built the tower at the Old Owl Well?
Well, we can ask. We have to deal with her anyways.
I think we have to go there anyway. So, if we do that, what do we get?
Well, my undying gratitude, of course.
Okay.
And he smirks and he's like, well, that was a poor joke and poor taste. And he looks over at the zombies. And then he runs back into his tent. And inside you hear him go, anyway! And he walks out with a chest of clothing. And he sets it down. And inside is like a bunch of like silken robes and reds and blues and all sorts of different things. And he's like, I don't know what Agatha would want in order to grant the question, but I imagine these silk items would fetch you a pretty coin.
I think we should be able to take those. If our information on her is correct, we should be able to make a deal.
Well, we can try.
Yeah.
Go ahead and take it.
Well, we're going to come back here anyway, so we would collect our reward afterwards, wouldn't we?
Mm-hmm. But we need the robes to go and make a deal with her.
Do we?
She's been...
Yes.
All we have to do is tell her that she's pretty.
Well, let's just grab these, and he goes over and grabs the chests.
Ah, we have
Okay.
struck a deal. It is a fine day.
Good. And he grabs him and lifts him over his shoulder. What's your name, by the way? I forget.
Ah, my name. Let me scroll up in my information real quick. One moment. My name is... where the hell did it go? Hamun Kost. Hamunkost. Hamun Kost.
Well, Heyman Cost, you give me much to think about. We'll see if we can find that Banshee, and get her the right question. You have a good day, sir.
Aye, you do the same. Enjoy your day.
Be sure to keep your undead off the street, the trails.
I'll do my best. Please give word to your people to keep your prospectors away. I wish to no longer frighten anybody. They are simply my obedient guard dogs, and he's like waving and yelling as you guys are leaving.
He goes.
As you guys kind of like get out of view, he quickly turns and goes back into his tent.
Question, Max.
Go ahead.
What does that ring do again?
It's a ring of protection. I believe it's +1 AC.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I liked him, but I don't like his guards.
I hate him. He doesn't seem truthful. He has nothing to gain. I just don't like him since he already is a necromancer. I hate necromancers. He is evil. I can tell it. He had the smell. You know.
You really think so?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm not a very good judge of character.
Well, that I know of, he has not broken any of the laws that I uphold.
Not very much respect. But I just don't like the man.
I do not. I believe that he can be dangerous. But as of right now, I have no evidence that he's done any wrong, other than frighten people.
I wonder if once we get him that name, he'll just leave. Is that the only reason he's here? Or does he want to use the magic of the well?
I believe whatever magic he's looking to well is activated by the wizard's name.
Here's the thing that I find strange. The well is what he came for. The well is what he's researching. Yet he throws dead undead down the well.
Dead on dead.
We killed it, he threw it down the well. Why would somebody who is researching something of such importance taint it?
Well, but he's not researching the well itself, he's researching the magic, and that's a totally different thing separate from the well itself.
We need to see his notes and what he has. We just need to be sure that he's not necessarily evil.
We can do his little fetch quest, and then we can get the information that we seek. That way there we seem more interested in his work rather than just suspicious of him. Just in case it becomes to be a false lead.
Hey, Max. Can I send my imp in there invisible to spy on him for a minute?
Yeah, you can do that.
And then I'll look through his eyes to see what's going on in the tent.
Yeah, as the
True.
So you send the imp up there, and his eyes become yours, and everyone's kind of waiting for you to relay information. And the imp kind of like makes its way up to a tree and then to the wall, and goes around the wall and kind of goes inside, and you see this like this flash as what you think was kind of like shoots by. The imp's like, huh. And then it goes inside the tent. And inside is a very lavish tent. Large rugs and furs litter the floor, protecting, like a wooden platform had been laid down, keeping everything out of the mud and the dirt of the ground. There's a large bed in there, a large dresser, a writing desk, a wonderful chair sits off to the side, and inside this wizard, this necromancer, just is laying there sleeping.
Can I look to see what's on the desk? Whatever he was researching.
Yep, as the imp kind of hops up there to look, the words and the images and the writing seems to be garbled as the imp looks at it, almost as if it's not possible to be read. It moves and kind of swirls around.
Alright, I call him back.
The imp hops down, and it runs around and catches up to you guys. And soon you are looking at you through the eyes of another.
Oh, so beautiful.
I was I was relaying all that to them.
Wow, he falls asleep fast.
Why do you think he puts a ward on his book to keep prying eyes off of it?
Or maybe it was like that before and he needs a spell to look at it.
True.
He's hiding too much. I don't trust it.
We still haven't heard anything that proves that he's a criminal.
Well, I don't think that we're suggesting that we should arrest him, but should we give him the name if he might use it for bad things?
We'll deal with that when we come back.
Maybe the Banshee will be able to tell us what the well can be used for.
We only get to ask one question. Let's ask him some questions that we can get for certain answer out of him, using the name as a leverage. We'll make sure to send at least keep one person away so he doesn't have the possibility to use magics on him, force him to open up. Gotta be certain with these magical characters, and he looks to use especially. Of course, not you.
The Banshee gives one answer per person, correct? Per bribe. Right now we're sitting on 4 different ways of getting answers. 2 perfume, 1, what is it, a necklace, and then the dresses. We can ask 4 questions. We'll just have to go one by one.
Even if we're all together?
I'm not sure. Maybe we should do it separate.
Yeah. We want to get the most out of this. We want to go in separate, since if she sees the hoard that we have, she'll assume, oh yes, this is all for me, just once. One question it is. All for this hoard.
And the legend that was told to you guys was that Agatha needs to have her vanity appealed to her in order to grant the question. So it's very much up to you guys and how it's presented to her. That's why everyone's afraid to go, because they don't want to suffer her wrath.
I don't understand how it can be difficult to tell someone they're pretty. Or is she really not pretty?
She's a banshee.
Banshees can be beautiful.
One who's appealing to vanity. Just want us to be told they're beautiful. I don't think they're beautiful.
Maybe we should get some Dwarven ale.
That's true.
Dwarven ale? That might do it.
I thought that banshees usually either appeared as old women or really beautiful women.
Sometimes a mixture of both, from what I've heard.
All right, guys. Well, at that, I think we're gonna end the session here.
Yeah.
We're at that. Oh, yeah. Okay. Good timing. We're at that 3-hour mark. So, it was a good session. You guys got a lot done. You're now halfway through Act 3. So this next session, you guys should be able to finish this up and get on to the last part, which is pretty cool. So, yes.
Before we go, how much XP do we get for killing a zombie?
Oh, hang on.
And
I think
meeting.
we only killed one.
I killed it.
You guys each get 25 experience.
That
Yeah.
helped. I think I did like 11 damage.
I saw it.
You all get 25.
I know, I'm just saying. We all helped.
Everybody played their part.
I did.
But
Yeah,
that,
with my pen.
if you guys could all say so long to the stream, we will be back in 2 weeks for the next session. And yeah, it was a good time.
Thanks,
So
Max.
long to the stream.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
We'll see you guys.
See you guys
next
next
time.
time. I'll be gone now, Max.
No, not yet. Hang on. I'm playing music for the
No.
outro. Hang on.
They're still watching us.
They're still no. They're not. They don't see. It says Dungeons and Dragons game starting soon. I put up the wrong overlay, but I don't want to change it.
Can they hear us,
away,
Max?
people.
Okay, I'm clicking stop now.
No. Cox. Cox.